root problem is you're identified as a self. So therefore, it would be self trying to get out of self. So, in a way, trying to get out of self is just another form of being in self. Yeah. Trying to get out of self as self. In other words, let's say I want to leave this here. I'll easily walk away. But if I'm identified as this, and I want to leave this here, I can't, right? When I leave, I'm going with it. That's the problem with these self can't get out of self. That's why if you look at it almost like a parasite, let's say, this mental parasite comes over the host and starts jacking it into the navigational system, the thought system, and sort of basically takes over the thought system, yeah? Presents a picture of you as you to the mental process, and the mind falls for it. So, because let's say this parasite, in my experience with addiction, it's a very hostile parasite, and it's like a possession. You're all right if you're not drinking and using, but once the drug or the drink is introduced, things change, big time, almost like Jekyll and Hyde, that extreme, yeah? So I've had many experiences of it, and I have an intimate feeling it's like a possession or a parasite. So let's say this parasite has to live off a host, but let's say a big bug landed on my arm right now. What would I do? I knock it off like that in a second. And no matter how many times it landed on it, I'd probably have that knee-jerk reaction to wipe it off. What happens with this parasite? It jacks in and convinces the host that it's the host. Yeah? So now, the parasite, no matter how bad it gets under the tyranny of the parasite, the host cannot entertain that it can be free from it. It can entertain trying to be free as it, for it, with it, but it can't entertain being free from it because it takes itself to be it, yeah? What happens if you're not that? The first thing that dawns on the mind, at least in my experience, was, hey, I can be free of it. Yeah? If it's not me, if it's a foreign installment, I can be free. I had never entertained the clarity of a possibility like that in my life. Never. And I never would have with the dominance of the parasite. I would have still been trying to improve myself, work on myself, keep trying to get better, civilize it, hope that I could have a 6-month-long workable relationship, maybe not flip out at the next picnic I went to, maybe get a job for longer than a year or something like that. My idea of success would be so freaking dominantly low based on this tyranny, yeah? But one day it dawned on me, I'm not that. Yeah? And that's that. And as soon as it wasn't about me, I lost interest in the thought system because it's really a boring thought system. I swear to God, isn't it? I mean, how can we listen to another golden oldie from that fucking station, Jesus Christ. Really. I mean, so now, because of conscious contact, you're hearing it, but you're not listening to it anymore. Yeah? You start having a little immunity. Maybe it just begins a little bit, but the dividends are pretty great. After a while, you may not notice it right away, but after a while, instead of like waiting for a big peak moment where a big real chunk of the heaviness of your life gets removed, maybe for a couple of days, and then gets put back on, and now that removal of the chunk becomes another heavy chunk because you want everything compared to how, I felt so great that week when I was at that retreat, yeah? This is more like every day a heaviness is skimmed off, all day. Every day some heaviness is skimmed off. And I'll tell you, you want to have those big peak experiences, they're a lot of fun. And maybe there's a big chunk, but I tell you, over time, a little bit each day adds up to a huge sum of lightness. Your life could stabilize and you can travel later. I mean, Saturday at 11 in the morning, Thursday night, Monday, when you're feeling sick, when you're feeling great, when you're hungry, when you're not hungry, when you're in a relationship, not in a relationship, you'll start being able to at least bring a little more light to circumstances and situations instead of let circumstances and situations dominate you. Yeah. And the proof will be in the pudding. I entertained it, and this is what's happened. That's why people ask me to come to Toronto. Nothing, that's the only reason why. I can share about it because it's happening right now. This is a living solution. It's not something I got 10 years ago, and I have it on a spiritual mantle, and come on over, I want to show you this. It's like some wild animal I caught in the spiritual jungle. Look at this 9-pointed stag I shot, you know, in the Himalayas, you know. No, it's a living, right at this moment, there's a relief available. In this moment, in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, because the timelessness is in every moment, and this is where the relief comes from. It's not based on doing and having. This whole idea of we're going to do and have ourselves into a state of being. How can you change the state of being you already are? What we're doing and having ourselves is into another mental state. We're moving from a mental state, seemingly, and we're doing and having ourselves into another mental state. All the while the being is available. The sense of being is available all the while. Being is not in any process. It's not trying to progress anywhere. It's not attempting to achieve any climax. It's complete already. It's not of time. And it's right now. In every moment. It's the basis of every moment. There wouldn't be time without timelessness. You can sense it. And once you start, you have it. You have the ability to sense it. We had it when we were young, and it's not gone anywhere. We just got sucked up the ass of self, in a way. All the attention that was spreading through all our gates have just gone up into this one gate, basically. Some people haven't smelled in a long time. They haven't stopped to touch freaking anything, you know? And the thing is, when the hearing's already been co-opted, do you really sense the hearing, or is all the emphasis on the hearer and the heard? Yeah? The seer and the seen. What about the seeing? That's where life is. The life is in the seeing, not the seer and the seen. That's the interpretation of life. It's fine to have a story, but not to be had by a story. We're going to have plenty of stories here, but to be had by a story is different. That's slavery. And if you say that's the way it is, it ain't that way. It can only appear to be that way. And you and I are in cahoots with it. You have to be, even if you think it's unwilling, your unconsciousness to it is a willingness. You're a participant in it. We're a participant in our own life. Yeah? On a super deep level. I mean, not cash register honesty. I mean a deeper level of we are giving. At this point, this apparatus is giving all the meaning to my day. All day. We're having a subjective experience. We're at the same event and everyone's having a different experience here. Yeah? We're smelling the same smells, we're hearing the same sounds, but everyone's having a different experience. Yeah? That's the different meaning we're all giving. And if that meaning has been given from one point, small mental point of view called self-centeredness, it's like putting a marathon runner in a closet. It's going to drive the freaking thing crazy. You know? Going home and wondering what that person meant by it, saying hello to me for 5 hours. Jesus Christ. The insanity. You know? Of course you're going to want to drink. You're going to want to buy that dress. You want to go to home with that guy you don't like. You're going to, you're going to go for it and have to pay the consequences, you know, in a lot of ways because it's unbearable. I saw it in the stream with addiction, but when I came to spiritual groups after I started doing these talks, spirituality is an addiction. You guys need, retreats. You need interventions. You need rehabs. Someone has to intervene, take away the books and the freaking DVDs and the fucking Celestial Bell music. And Jesus, go help someone in a soup kitchen. Just do something, you know. It's an addiction because the mind wants to seek. It's scared shit of finding. Because if it really found out the truth, it would realize its non-existence. It's true irrelevance, and it doesn't want to find that. It doesn't mind wanting to want to be free. It doesn't want to be free. I'm serious. Yes, I do. No, you don't. If you really wanted to be free, it would occur, because it's always occurring. It would be obvious. It's okay not to want to be free. It's fine. I know it's going to get great one day. No, it isn't. I'll tell you a little story I like to use. Simple little thing, but I like it. It's called Here and There. So, all right, let's say I'm sitting in my little apartment, one-bedroom apartment. Do you mind if I tell you the story? I'll tell you a little joke first. This guy comes over, his girlfriend comes over after they've been about a 3-year relationship, and the girlfriend breaks the news to him, "Hey, I'm leaving," and he says, "I'm coming with you." That's what this is like. It's like self trying to get out of self. All right, I'm gonna go seek the truth. I'm coming with you. You'll never find it. So this is just a little example. And what happens with mind? If you get an example, it's like, when you see the drop of water, they used to say you see the whole ocean. If you see an example of mind, how it works, then you can expand into a principle. It's beautiful. Yeah, and the principle is where the solution lies in a way. So here's a little thing. I have a little apartment, one-bedroom apartment, pretty small, not much furniture, and I'm happy. Everything's cool. It's a lovely day, and I'm looking through a magazine, and there's a beautiful layout of a couch, in a really nice, well-adorned apartment, and I say, man, I like this couch, and then my mind starts thinking, if I had a couch. I'd probably meet a girl and maybe sleep with her on that couch. And my first child would be conceived on that couch, and my whole life would get good and maybe a couple more. And then I start thinking how great it would be to have a couch. And now I'm starting to feel irritable, restless, and discontent because my little apartment's couchless, I don't have a couch. I'm looking around. And I think about all the people I know who have couches, and I start resenting them. Why didn't they tell me how nice it is to have a couch, and I'm getting pissed off, and then, so now I decide I'm going to get this couch, and I start working towards getting the couch, and all the while, I'm really excited, but I'm invalidating where I'm at right now with the hopes that this couch is going to make everything much, much better. And before I was fine, yeah? So now I'm really working hard to get this couch, so, and I'm calling my friends up, I'm saying, the couch is getting delivered this Saturday. Well, and they go, oh, great, yeah. Can you be here? No, we got something to do, They already know the couch ain't gonna do it, but I'm under the illusion it is. So finally, I sweep the area and the couch comes in, and I'm so excited, waiting for 3 months, working every week, saving money. And it's the right color, and they put it down, and they take the vinyl off, and I sit on it, and I go, wow, I just exult in the couch. And then suddenly I look around, I say, I gotta get a matching rug, So this mythical the couch, that I basically used in a way, the mind did, to invalidate the present now, yeah? As soon as I get to that mythical what does it become? A here, yeah? As soon as I get to there, as long as I can keep it there, it works these little magics of disassociating me from what's happening, da-da-da-da-da. But every time, all those theirs, when I arrive to them, they're a here. Yeah? And then the here is seen to be lacking, and then I'm on the slavery run to another mythical there. That's what it's like, all fucking day. Yeah? If you don't have any immunity to the thoughts, you won't be able to stand still. You won't be able to enjoy a pause. You won't be able to have the ability to enjoy peace of mind. Then you're apt to do almost anything to get relief. And in a way, it's logical. Who wouldn't? If I really believed I was in a hopeless state, I'd do fucking anything to forget it. And I did. The sort of alcoholic of my type is I was willing to pay any consequence tomorrow not to feel uncomfortable now. And I did. Paid tons of consequences. And yet the uncomfortability arose and came back again and again, stronger and stronger. My solutions were part of the problem. And that's the whole point. You can't seek from the problem a solution. It'll just amplify the problem. So there is a solution. If you're interested, you can entertain the possibilities. You can go to zenbitchslap.com if you want, our website. You have tons of talks, videos about it. There's other people. Eckhart Tolle, he talks about it, doesn't he? Yeah, quite a lot. But it's not, there's all these people that are inviting you to entertain a possibility that you are what you're seeking, really. Yeah. That right where you are right now is what you're looking for. It's just been disguised as a me. Yeah. That me sufficient to block all further investigation. And now you're looking from a me, and that's what's causing all the looking for. It's like a form of blindness, really, self-centeredness. You need glasses to correct it. So Eckhart Tolle gives you a teaching to correct it a little, to correct the distortion of that way of looking. And everyone else maybe give you some corrections, AA and Buddhism and stuff like that. But the true solution is you take off both pair of glasses. Yeah? The eyes that you think you're looking at it from are a pair of glasses. They're a mental construction called self-centeredness. They're the blindness. You have always had the ability to naturally see. You're conscious. Yeah? So any really good message will invalidate its own need. Yeah? Just like for me, I'm meant to become obsolete. I'm meant to offer an invitation. And in a sense, that's my job, like a spiritual subpoena. You've been served, and then you see what happens. But I'm meant to become obsolete. You don't need anyone. You have to find it within yourself. You can't keep laying it on Eckhart Tolle or anyone else. Yeah. Sort of like the old Zen thing, when you see the Buddha on the street, shoot him. Or when you see Eckhart Tolle in the street, shoot him. Please, for me. Pretty please.